Hi everyone, this is Dave Klein for Raptor Adventures. Come along on this episode. We are going to fish at Ganoga Lake. Ganoga Lake is a privately owned lake in northeastern Pennsylvania, high up in the mountains. As a matter of fact, it's the highest natural lake east of the Mississippi. It's been formed by a glacier tens of thousands of years ago, but not anybody can fish it. You have to be with somebody who's a homeowner here, or you have to have a home here. So it's really not fished a whole lot. So I'm looking forward to see if we can get any fish here during this tournament. So here we go. 4th annual RAPTR Cast Blast at Ganoga Lake, Pennsylvania. Let's get them. Here we got a nice big yellow perch. Hit hard like a freight train. A nice white deep diving walleye bait. Yeah, let's get you in. Not a bad yellow perch. Beautiful. Thank you, buddy. We're gonna let you go. There he goes. Goodbye. Here's a big fish one. I bet this is a pickerel. Oh no, that's wrong. It's a big old bass. Yikes. Wow. Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's get him into the boat. Here we are. Nice. Very nice. Very nice largemouth bass. And what a hit. He was on a segmented black and silver minnow. Gonna let him go. He's all mouth. Off you go. See ya. Thank you. Yep. Goodbye. Well, as we're heading south on the lake right now in my kayak, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. There were 7 of us competing in this 4th annual RAPTR Cast and Blast competition. We did fishing from kayaks and docks and so forth, and we did some marksmanship. I'm focusing in this episode on the fishing because it was unbelievable. We caught 250 fish over the 3 days and released every one of them so that the residents and their guests at this Ganoga Lake can enjoy them for generations to come. Wow, what a 3 days it was. There's a fish on. This might be a little bad. Come on. Oh, they got me full every time. Chain pickerel. And he's off. Good. I didn't have to release him. Woo! Meanwhile, our host, Don Moe, was working hard. But not as hard as me. There's a perch. Okay, get him in. There's a nice yellow perch. Not the biggest one in the lake, I'm sure, but good hit nevertheless. Thank you, perch. We're going to go ahead and let you go. That was on the segmented black and silver minnow. Okay, let's see. So far I picked up a yellow perch on a white walleye stick bait lure that was a deep diver. Just about the bottom of this lake is where I was trolling that. Then next I picked up a largemouth bass on a segmented black and silver minnow lure that I was trolling mid-level in the water column. And then I picked up a chain pickerel really high in the water column, only in about 2 feet of water, with a segmented yellow perch lure. So now, on my next pass, I'm gonna try this big stupid lure, which is a great jerk bait because it just goes like this and it wiggles all over the place. I'm gonna try to troll it because it stays mostly at the top, and we'll see if anybody's home. You know, you just gotta try these once in a while. It can't hurt. I had a good first pass. 3 fish, that's awesome. Let's go a mile this way. There he is. Nice chain pickerel right there. Beautiful. We're gonna let him go. Thank you there, Mr. Pickle. Oh, there's a nice perch. Yes. He really got himself hooked on that lure. Let's get him up here. Yep. Again, you want to watch for those sharp dorsal fins. They're really sharp. So what I'll do is to hold him, I'll smooth him back with my thumb, put him down like that, and then we'll let him go and try not to get myself hooked with that lure that's there. And here is your release. Goodbye. Just like that, they're gone. Great. Right there's your lure. That lure's caught a lot of fish today. I've always liked white lures. A lot of fishermen use white lures of some sort. And just like that, here's another big fish, much bigger fish on this white lure. Let's see if I can back up. Oh, oh, oh. That's what I'm talking about right there. Big old chain pickerel. Thank you for letting yourself go, because I didn't want to touch him. It's much better if they let themselves go. And that ends the first day of the competition. Trust me, I didn't show you all the fish. It would have gotten actually boring. But I'm going back to the dock, and the guys have a question.
Now,
Really? That's awesome.
we need judgment on this. I had a bass on right here, got off 3 feet from the dock.
That counts.
And after a great dinner that night, and then a little poker game, and then off to bed and a good night's sleep, we woke up first thing in the morning, started cooking breakfast. This happened to be some delicious moose sausage, and we're ready to go at it again.
Well, it's day 2 of the RAPTR 4th annual Cast and Blast tournament. Yesterday was amazing. 63 fish caught and released with 7 competitors. This morning it's really sort of surreal. As you can see, there's a fog blanketing this lake that's about 2,200 feet above sea level. So all we need now are for the fish to show up. Come on, fish, get on our lines.
And just like that, fish on.
There we have the first fish of the morning. There he is. We're gonna go ahead and let you go. Gone. Let's go see what Ryan's up to. It looks like he got a fish. Oh, you lost it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It was big.
What was it?
Largemouth. Jumped
Well-
out of the water, threw it.
Well, this is what fishing stories are made of. It's not all catching. Now, I'm finding that a little hard to believe. Tell us again, how big was the fish you lost? It was about that big, huh?
It was,
About how many pounds?
I'll say 3.5 to 4.5. How's that
Okay.
sound?
All right, well, we believe you.
Soon after that, I hooked up with this fish, and it slammed my lure. I thought it was some huge fish.
Here's a fish on, sunfish. Nice. Hit on that little tiny lure. I just switched up my lures because I was getting like no action and just getting hung up on weeds. So let's get him in and out. Okay, so same as I was saying with the yellow perch the other day, for those of you who are new to this, let me stop that lure from swinging around. These sunfish, these dorsal fins right here, no problem. Right here, big problem. They are sharp, really, really sharp. So when you hold them, you want to press them back this way. If you go this way, you're going to get a puncture wound. No problem here, but up here, very, very sharp. Okay? So that is a female sunfish. And we're going to go ahead and let her go. There she is, and the little lure she took. Goodbye. All gone. Still really foggy here. It's kind of surreal landscape, but neat, really neat. There's an osprey somewhere off in the fog here, circling and hunting. You can hear it. Beautiful sounds of nature out here on the lake. Really serene.
Just then, out of the mist, came Don Mull, trolling along, happy as could be.
You hear that osprey?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Catching bass now.
That's what he's catching. I caught perch.
I've caught 4 big bass with the same lure.
What kind of lure?
It's that bright orange and lime green segmented Rapala.
You mean like a yellow perch thing?
Yeah, but it's bright. I mean, it doesn't. I mean,
And
it's aggressive.
he's using a silver, like bulbous kind of Rapala. I didn't catch a single bass. I caught perch and sunfish, and I'm using all kinds of lures.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, this is a tough life.
Yeah, it's a tough life, but you know, somebody's got to do it. Can you catch one while I have you on screen here?
What's that?
Can you catch a fish while I have you on screen?
I think I can scroll.
Yeah, okay, great.
Well, I don't know. I got a nibble.
Or is it just wishful thinking?
Wishful thinking, or I got more seaweed.
Yeah, I've been catching a lot of that. That's why I shifted to smaller lures that are up top more in the water column. All right, fish on, brother. Carry on.
Nothing.
Here's a cast along the shore and a fish in. This has to be a bass. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Nice. Okay, there he is. Nice, largemouth bass. We're gonna let it go. Right along the shoreline, cast and retrieve. Goodbye, and thank you.
So based on everything I was seeing and what other people were experiencing and what I was experiencing, I switched up lures and I started casting instead of trolling, and bam! On jumps this chain pickerel. A real nice one too.
Is a nice morning pickerel. Hadn't picked any up till now. Nobody had, and I just heard one of our buddies, Ryan, who's also here, just say he got his first pickerel. So here's my first pickerel. Let's let it go. There he goes. Fish on, fish on, fish on.
And after a little while, the casting didn't work anymore, so I changed lures again and went back to trolling. And this fish hit so hard, I was convinced it had to be a major league bass.
Big hit, then nothing. Think it's a little sunfish. Oh, not a bad sized sunfish. Wow, that's a big sunfish. Now, for me, that's the biggest sunfish I ever pulled out of this lake. Holy cow, that's a big sunfish. Woohoo! That's a big old male. It's a big old bull sunfish. You can tell by that big black operculum there on its fin behind its ear and that bump in its head. Wow. Sweet sunfish. That is way bigger than my hand. Wow. Take a look at this guy. Woo-hoo-hoo. Here's my hand. Covering him up. Look. Wow. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Ouch. Those fins. Yikes. Okay. This looks like something you get in the Amazon. Oh boy. You are something special, man. Okay, let's let you go. Oops. Okay. And away he goes. Just like that. Here's another fish on this little tiny lure again. Now again, check out the ratio, the size of the fish to the lure. I've been trolling that lure because it's keeping me on top of the weeds. And ever since I switched to these more rounded shaped lures with a little bit of a bill to get a lot of wobble and erratic action, I've been catching fish. It's made a huge difference. So, nice. Look at that fog behind me again. It looks like I'm in a snowstorm, but it's not snowing. Okay, this should be quick Easy and painless. Boom, there you go. All done. There's our little baby bass. Sweet. Even at this age, look at the mouth on those guys. Let's let him go. The scenery is like something you see in a, I don't know, a sportsman's painting or something. It's lake fishing at its best. There he goes. It's a good hit. You can see how the rod's bent over. Chain pickerel. And a nice one. Okay, he released himself. Good, like that. Oh, look at this monster. Here's another monster. I'm just gonna let him right off. We don't need to show the release on that. Nice.
The fog lifted, so I switched lures and it worked.
Fish on. This is a bigger fish. Oh my gosh, another huge sunfish. Holy cow. Wow, look at this slab of a sunfish. Oh man, that's a big sunfish, I'm telling you. I thought I caught the biggest sunfish I ever caught in here, and now I think this one's bigger. This is a big old male. Wow. Let's release him. You're gorgeous. Off you go. Thank you.
Next up while trolling, a good solid hit.
Little largemouth. There he is.
I have to say, during the fog, the fishing was good, but when the fog lifted, the fishing became exceptional.
Bigger fish on here. Just fight like crazy. Look, another, oh, another largemouth. Self-release. Great. Good job.
Here comes one in off the starboard side. A little bit harder to catch on film because you got to bring it around the bow of the boat.
Sweet.
I caught and released the pickerel from my starboard side, and then boom, the rod on my port side went down and we had another fish on. It became non-stop action. Really amazing.
Perch. Here's our yellow perch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. He wants to self-release. Okay. I got her. Goodbye.
Right after that ridiculous release, the starboard rod hit again. It was going starboard, port, starboard, port. It was non-stop, wonderful fishing action.
The pickerel are biting now. Woohoo! Yep, he self-released. I'm gonna let him go now. He took off.
And then bam, down the port rod goes again.
Perchy.
Moving on, I put the port rod back down, and the port rod got hit again.
A lot of fish here, a lot of fish. Awesome. Another yellow perch.
And my starboard rod got hit again. Oh my goodness, will it never stop?
What do we got now? Boy, the pickerel have turned on this afternoon. Woo, woo, woo.
Remember the osprey we heard earlier in the episode? Once the fog lifted, it came out to do a little fishing of its own, and they certainly are magnificent as they soar around. The next day, we saw an American bald eagle come in and swoop over the lake. Meanwhile, back to my fishing day, and my port rod goes down again.
Number 13. Holy shucks! Wow, that's another fabulous sunfish. Wow. Look at that beautiful sunfish. I know some people don't get too excited about sunfish, but wow. I'm waiting for this guy to flip and self-release himself. He's sweet. Okay, we're gonna let him go. What a beauty. Look at that colors. Wow, yeah. Beautiful colors. Okay, let's go. See ya. And thank you. Just like that. Here's number 14 on. 14 in the evening session, or the afternoon session. The after lunch session. Oh, it's another big sunfish. Wow. Hey, the quality of the sunfish in this lake right now is fantastic. I've never seen it better.
Oh, here comes like number 34 for the day off the starboard side.
Yes, sir. Percheroo.
And with that, I decided to head back to the house in the dock in the corner there, and it was time for me to make supper.
Now, one thing you have to do at the annual RAPTR tournament is eat well. So we've been eating well. Now here is a specialty thing I like to make, a pork tenderloin braid. So the pork tenderloin braid, when you slice it into 3 parts and then go ahead and braid it, it allows for you to put that beautiful olive oil and your special herb rub on all parts of the 3 parts of the tenderloin you braid, and that way the flavor gets infused throughout the whole thing. So we're gonna pop this in the oven and get this ready. We're gonna have it with some mashed potatoes and gravy and other goodies. Like I said, you gotta eat good when you're at a RAPTR thing. Got some pork gravy, you got some smashed taters, and you got this beautiful pork tenderloin braid. Oh, okay. Guys, who wants to do the honor and carve it up, and let's start eating it.
Et voila, pork tenderloin braid, just part of the RAPTR experience. After that hearty dinner, we all went out and fished again. Some from the docks, some like me from their kayaks, some like Ryan in his improvised e-boat is what I'm calling it, because he used a little electric trolling motor. It worked really, really well for him. And Ryan had caught 26 fish the first day and kind of left the rest of us in the dust. I think I got like 13, only about half of what he had brought in the first day. So I was really trying hard to catch up.
Bass? What a picture. Nice.
And for this evening session, I switched my lures again because you can see the lake laid down. It was completely flat. It was beautiful. I got a nice hit on a lure off my starboard side, and let's bring it around and see what we got.
Bass? What a picture. Nice. There he is. Let's let him go. Goodbye. Wow.
After a full day of fantastic fishing action, I was at the south end of the lake, and I turned around and realized the sun was setting up there toward the northwest. And I just had to share some of this amazing scenery with you. It just was absolutely gorgeous this night. Day 3 started as good as the other 2 days. I was in second place, Ryan was in first place so far, and Don was in third, and the rest of the guys were chasing us.
Let's get him in. Look at this guy. Yes. Sweet bass. Let's let him go. Got my thumb. There he goes.
From this point on, at least for me, it was like Bass-orama. Every fish was a bass.
Bass. Oh. Okay, let's get him in. There he is. We switched to weedless hooks now and Senko worm, and I'm fishing the floating weed beds that are floating around the lake. Okay, let's let him go. Beautiful day out here again.
And I've never experienced anything like day 3. It was one bass after the next bass, after the next bass, after the next bass. Hello, bass. As a matter of fact, there was so many bass, I stopped filming the releases and just filmed the captures. And not even all of them. Just fantastic.
Oh, I was hoping there was one in this corner. Oh boy. Oh. There he is. One jump. Come here.
At this point, I was so busy catching fish, releasing fish, filming fish being caught and released, that I didn't notice that dark clouds and a storm had rolled upon us. I didn't really fathom what was going on till I started feeling the wind and the waves pushing against me, and I looked up and saw Ryan scurrying across the lake in his e-skiff toward the safety of the house. But I stayed out there because Ryan was way ahead, and I wasn't about to let him just get the title easily.
I'm trolling a topwater lure at full speed because it's raining and windy and blowing, but I didn't bring my rods in and I got paid off. I got a reward. Let's let you go.
When it was all over, we found out that everybody caught fish. Don caught this nice lunker. Mark caught the lunker of the tournament. Look at the size of that bass that Mark hauled in on a bobber, worm, and hook. Meanwhile, the shooting competition went good. Steve crushed us. Ryan did really good in his shooting this year. I did bad. That cost me first place. So Ryan won the tournament. He moved up. He finished second last year. I moved up one. I finished bronze third last year to second this year. Don moved up from a fourth position to a third place bronze position, and the other guys fell in after that. Everybody had a great time.
All right, well, if there wasn't enough action in this episode, I don't know what to tell you. All in all, we caught and released 250 fish over 3 days here at Canoga Lake. That's amazing. That's better than we ever did in this tournament. 250. Congratulations to Ryan, our gold medalist for this year, and to the other 6 who competed, including myself. It was a blast, and we're happy to take you along on that adventure. I hope you enjoyed being with us here, and I'll see you at the next episode.
As an epilogue to this great episode, as I was leaving Canoga Lake, I was greeted by the same doe who greeted me on the way in on the main road. Look at her. She's just fantastic. Hey, don't forget Canoga Lake is a privately owned lake, so you can't be there unless you're with one of the homeowners. Thanks for watching this episode of Raptor Adventures.